Hello there, and welcome to a Photoshop tutorial. Let's just check out these examples. All these images have been made using stock images of pictures of fruits and vegetables. So what you need to do is build a scene entirely out of still images of fruits and vegetables. Now look at this example here. This is one of the better ones that I've got. It's got a foreground, middle ground, distance, sky, clouds, even a little bit of a love story going on there. I mean, look at that couple. They're so much in love. I was in love once. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is I've just got a simple example where I'm drawing a face or creating a face using eggplant and stuff like that. So what we need to do first is open Photoshop and start a file from scratch. Make sure that your dimensions will print out on a regular page, so I've chosen 8 by 10 inches. Set that, and then it's time to give it a file name. The protocol of file names is extremely important to keep files organized. So period underscore last name underscore and then the name of the assignment, Fruit Veg. Click OK. So here's my stage. Down there it says my dimensions, and there is my project in the project bin. I'm going to open up a set of still images which you should have put to your desktop. So there's my set of still images. I open up the folder and I can select all of them. That's a banana, but what I do is you choose one and then you hold shift and that allows you to select all of them. And if you open all of them up, you might get this. There's a couple of crop files in there, but otherwise all the images will open up. So let's start with the eggplant. Right over here, double click on it and you see the picture opens up. Now I don't want it to work on that, that's not my project. I drag it onto my project. See that? There it is in my project. Now these little nodes, when you're using the move tool, they change the height, the width. And if I put it round a corner like that, it turns into a curved arrow, allows me to drag and flip the object. I'm going to shrink it up a little bit. And then after I've put this in place, you'll notice if you try to go to the toolbox and click on any of these tools, none of them work. It's like, oh blimey, my Photoshop, help me out here, I don't know what to do. You've got to click on this check mark, because what I've done is I've transformed the object and it was really waiting for me to say yes, I like what I did. So now the tools work. It's painful to see people try to cut away the background using the magnetic lasso when the background is this simple. They're like, oh, I know how to use magnetic lasso, but no, it's a big waste of time. Another thing you could do is you could choose the magic wand. What it does is it selects anything that's the colour what you clicked on. You select, you hit delete and you can erase that. But really the easiest thing to do is under the eraser, click and hold, and there's a magic eraser tool. When you've chosen that, anywhere you click, you erase everything that's connected to that was the same colour. So immediately I just erase the background. Naming your layers is also very important. First of all, it's part of your mark, but also it allows you to keep track of things, doesn't it? So you name a layer, then you lock it, and of course after you do so you should save. But the first time you save, select save as. So there's my Photoshop file. But here, look, I was about to save it in the stills folder. I don't want to save it there, I want to save it on my desktop so it's easy to find. So I choose save, and now my project will be saved on the desktop. Now let's give this little fellow some eyes, this bloke some eyes. So I'm going to use the orange. I double clicked on the orange, dragged and dropped it on. Oh, where'd my eggplant go? He's gone. Blimey, there he is. Alright, so I drag and shrink down the eye like that. It's going to be the left eye. I shrink it right up and I click on the check mark and it's all ready to go. What I'm going to do is zoom in a little bit, so I clicked on that little magnifying glass so I can zoom in, and I'm going to get rid of the white. So there's the magic eraser. This time, because it wasn't solid white, I had to do it in a few stages, but easy enough. Now I want to make a copy of this eye. There's a few ways to do that. So first of all, after I've named it, what should I call it? Oh, eye. That's a good idea. Good idea. Get it? Right, so I could go to Layer, Duplicate Layer. Right, easy enough. Select that, and it'll give me a layer called Eye Copy. Where is it? Oh, there it is, right on top of the other one. So I drag that into place. Perfect, right? So that's one way of creating a duplicate. I'm going to undo that. And another way to do it is to hold down Option and click and drag, and magically it automatically creates a duplicate layer. So that's hold down Option. Of course I'm working on Mac. Hold down Option and click and drag and it works. Creates a copy like that. Now I'm going to lock that layer and save it. You like it, you lock it, you save it, right? Right. Now let's give this bloke a mouth, right? I'm going to use the banana for a mouth. Drag and drop onto my project, and I'm going to put this roughly in place. Take my magic eraser, get rid of most of the background, and it took a few stages to do that. I think there's little tidbits left behind, so I'm going to zoom in and use just the regular eraser. See, there's little bits of black and all sorts of gnarly bits. You want the project to look nice and smooth. So go in, I tweak a little bit here, a little bit there, touch it up. Oh, that looks good. While I'm at it, I'm going to take away the little end bit off the banana. And that makes the two sides of the mouth a bit more symmetrical. Make it a lot more realistic when you've got a banana for a mouth. Now, this is all well and good, right? But it still looks a little too much like a banana, so I'm going to change the colour. So how do I do that? I go to Enhance, and I select Adjust Colour, Adjust Hue, Saturation. Let's see what happens. A little pop-up comes up with some toggles. So the hue is really just the colour. I can change it to just about any colour. The saturation is how strong the colour is. It's either very intense or not so intense. It was grey when it wasn't intense. And the lightness is how dark or how light it is. So I'm going to make it just a little bit dark, like that, like that. Then I'm going to Option, click and drag to make a copy of that, which I rotate, and I'm going to use that to make the upper lip of the mouth. I'll have to do something later on to fill in the inside of the mouth, but for now that works pretty good. Now I want the two bits of the mouth to be connected, so I click there, I hold down Shift and click on the other layer, and I go to Layer, Merge Layers. Now it takes the two bits and sees them as one object, which is the mouth, which I then shrink down, put in place, just a little bit more, and that's it. That really gets you started on this project. The rest is really just a lot more of the same thing. So thanks for watching, and I hope you've understood a little bit more how to use Photoshop. See you next time.